you must know that we are now putting our act together, not only to address the existential threat that is being posed by the NRM government through a new formation, a political party called PLU, which is existing parasitically with its mother party, the NRM. So one is a parasite of the other, and they seem to be coexisting, but one fiercely using the military in order to intimidate and to subdue all voices of dissent, of which we are working on to ensure that Ugandans are free. We are here to tell you that we shall continue to talk, that we shall continue to speak, until everybody gains confidence that we are able to speak for ourselves. We are not going to waver. We discovered that everybody who speaks out is intimidated by an arrest, and the recent is the Media Matembe. We have always been talking about the state capturing all institutions, and this is what exactly happened. The courts are under capture, they are being held in captivity, the judges don't know how to proceed, including the Chief Justice, who is new. He just doesn't know how to proceed or even to speak to the subordinate courts. It is frightening that the parliament has also been captured. It has never been captured the way it has been captured this time, because it has been decapitated by the capture of the Speaker of Parliament himself, subscribing to PLU, the parasitic subordinate party within the NRM, and rallying all Ugandans to belong to PLU. A very big shame of the worst kind in our times for a Speaker of Parliament to succumb to number 23 in the hierarchy, 27 in the hierarchy. Number 3 succumbs to number 27 and even rallies support for a parasitic organization eating the major organization on this land. A very big shame, and I think the Speaker of Parliament must apologize. For us who are not in Parliament and we are parties, opposition, we want to uphold the sanctity and the power of Parliament, because it is a pillar of government. But for somebody to sacrifice it for accepting to be subdued by number 27 is a big shame, and Right Honorable Oboth must apologize and withdraw from that formation with immediate effect, because Ugandans are judging him. So the capture of the speakership is the very clear example of the capture of all institutions of the state. Now Parliament was captured, then judiciary is captured, the military was captured. Don't think that the military was not captured. The military was captured, the UPDF was captured, and it was captured by the first family. They just don't know how to proceed until they are told to do so. And now the presidency has also been captured, by the way, by the CDF. You will remember what happened recently with the Nation Media Group. When the closure happened, the CDF said that it was him that captured, that he closed. When pressure was mounted, the president was rudely woken up to say it was him that ordered the closure. Now I think they are fighting for power of who closed the National Media Group. It is a very big shame. They said that Uganda elected a president recently who won a year by 71%, and he was sworn in here at Kololo. And his son was maintained as CDF. But now they are struggling on who has the power to move troops where. We are waiting for another tweet from Mr. Muhoozi Kainerugaba, defending himself that it was indeed him who ordered the closure of the Nation Media Group. Because it was a minister, Justin Lumumba, who said it was the president who ordered. So we are waiting for those voices to resolve their differences. By saying this, you can see the confusion in which Ugandans are being put of who is the chief executive of this country. If the CDF wants to be president, he must wait for his father. He must wait for the call of God. Because his father too still wants to be president. If the president wants his son to be president, let him say so, and he resigns. Goes to Rajitura and let the electing process go on. Because there is a constitutional order which they are trying to overthrow. What is happening today, we are watching, that a party exists inside another party, and it takes over executive positions being occupied by speakers of parliament, by ministers within an existing government. I think there is a snake which wants to molt, to leave the outer skin, so that the state is captured by the sun without an election. So we shall all be captured. We don't want to wait for that time. That is why we must speak out. And all people who want to speak out about the state of affairs are going to be arrested. I don't know if at all we shall have another press conference. Those who have dared to stand up and speak out. But we shall not cease to speak out. And we want the population to arise and speak up and speak out without being forced to be intimidated. But we want President Museveni to come out clear, because he is still the recognized head of state who is in charge of the executive authority of this country. Is it President Museveni or his son? It can't be both. Ugandans need to stand, to come out clear, to listen to who the executive authority is. Who is this that exercises political power, exercises even judicial authority? Where does it derive that power? Certainly not in the UPDF Act, not in the Constitution as well. Where does this power come from? The appointing authority must explain. Those who reach him, including traditional leaders and religious leaders, who go to State House, they have audio meetings, they should be in position to ask these questions. And the president must answer sensibly, because people never elected the son, they elected the father as the president of this country. So I hear. We continue to demand that the CDF, who has no power, should cease to intimidate this population, should cease to intimidate the judges, should cease to intimidate judicial officers who are taking summons to him, should cease to intimidate political leaders exercising their mandate under the Political Parties and Organizations Act, who are giving leadership to this country in our own respect. He should cease to do so. We want the National Consultative Forum as well to come out, because this is the one which harmonizes all political activities of political parties. How can you witness a political party, leaders in one political party intimidating leaders from other political parties with arrests, incarceration, dumping them in dungeons, taking them to police, and then denying them bail simply because there is an order from above? That kind of a thing must stop. Do not be taken by surprise. Our political fraternity is making studies on seeing what is the best way forward on holding the CDF accountable. If the father doesn't listen and the courts don't listen, there must be a legal course of action to hold him accountable for his own deeds. President Museveni is not going to come out to claim the debt that has been established by his son. And his son is not going to to confuse us by carrying out orders from himself and then claiming they are coming from the father. Ugandans deserve better leadership than that. We want to thank the fourth estate for continuing to cover this, because it has become a risky business to cover news that is coming from us, statements that's coming from us. But we want to implore you to continue covering this, because it is the only contribution that we can make in this country, to make our people realize that this country is ours and we should not be intimidated. We are going nowhere and we shall continue to speak up. Thank you very much.